For decades, the self-help industry has sold a single seductive promise that if you just think happy thoughts, reality will follow. Millions of people paste sticky notes on their mirrors and force smiles in the face of disaster because they are convinced that optimism is a strategy. But it isn't. Psychological research shows that for the people who need it most, forced positivity fails and actually makes them miserable. The problem starts with the architecture of your brain. In 1987, psychologist Daniel Wegner proved that trying to suppress a negative thought makes it bounce back with double the force, a phenomenon he called the white bear effect. When you force yourself to chant success mantras while feeling like a failure, your mind creates a counter-argument. A 2009 study by Wood and colleagues confirmed this when they asked people with low self-esteem to repeat the phrase, "I am a lovable person." The result was brutal, because they didn't feel better, and their moods actually plummeted. By highlighting the gap between their reality and the affirmation, the positive words acted like a spotlight on their pain. The situation gets worse physically. We tend to believe that visualizing a perfect future motivates us to chase it, but the data says the opposite. Professor Gabriele Oettingen spent 20 years studying this and found that positive fantasies trick the brain into thinking the work is already done. Her research revealed that when people fantasize about achieving a goal, their blood pressure actually drops and they relax. The body enters a state of rest right when it needs to mobilize. The more you visualize the trophy, the less energy you have to run the race. This creates a dangerous loop where the dreamer feels good in the moment but lacks the physiological drive to take action, leading to failure and more reliance on comforting fantasies. Blind optimism ignores the obstacles, but realistic thinking attacks them. The effective alternative is a method called mental contrasting. You start with the wish, but immediately switch to visualizing the specific internal barrier standing in your way. If you want a promotion, you don't just imagine the new office, because you must focus on the fear of speaking up in meetings that stops you getting it. This friction creates tension, and that tension generates energy. It forces the brain to solve the problem rather than enjoy the daydream. You don't need more positive vibes, you need a plan for the negative ones. True resilience isn't about ignoring the darkness, since it is about training your eyes to adjust to it. By acknowledging the difficulty of the path ahead, you prepare your mind to walk it. If you want to understand more about how your brain actually works, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.